has always been a continent of resilience, innovation, and boundless potential. At the heart of its progress lies a unique force, often unseen but ever present: think tanks.
The think tank summit is that rare opportunity where think tanks have to meet with policymakers and other economic actors from the private sector and civil society.
C'est aussi un espace de partage d'expériences et de connaissances, mais surtout des rencontres d'imminentes personnes de ressources, mais également de réseautage.
Pour réfléchir sur une problématique majeure, actuelle, qui touche de façon transversale quasiment tous les pays africains, ou je dirais même tous les pays africains.
Building synergies, among think tanks, as well as getting to understand what the policymaker is looking at.
Et le plus grand succès a surtout été ce que nous appelons les formations qualifiantes, donc les formations de courte durée, et qui concernent beaucoup plus les professionnels en activité et qui avaient besoin de renforcer leurs compétences dans le domaine spécifique.
In 2014, the journey began. The African Capacity Building Foundation, in collaboration with partners like the think tanks and civil societies program of the University of Pennsylvania, convened the first Africa Think Tank Summit in Pretoria, South Africa. The vision was clear: to create a platform where thought leaders, policymakers, and researchers could converge to solve Africa's most pressing challenges.
We've participated in this summit since its inception in 2014.
Ceci constitue bien évidemment un grand vivier d'experts et de réelles opportunités de collaboration pour le développement de l'Afrique qui reste l'intérêt de tous.
This is a very critical space for African think tanks because it also discusses emerging policy issues on the continent.
Over the years, the summit has grown, uniting thinkers from 25 African countries. Each year, new themes brought fresh perspectives. From economic development to health and education, think tanks shaped policy, informed governance, and empowered local leaders.
Because sometimes you may think that as a think tank, you may think that, oh, I know it all, so I'm the one to guide the discussion. And then when you meet with the policymakers, you realize that they have other priorities, and that is what we want you to focus on.
And the number of areas that as an institution we benefit. It's a platform that provides networking with peers in the region. It's also a platform that facilitates knowledge sharing among peers with regards to generating of evidence and being able to communicate effectively that evidence to policymakers.
Et nous avons travaillé dans ce cas dans le domaine de l'analyse économique, où nous avons produit un modèle d'analyse économique qui est aujourd'hui fonctionnel et utilisé par l'administration économique au Cameroun. Nous avons formé plus d'une soixantaine de cadres des ministères en charge des questions économiques, statistiques et financières dans ce domaine-là.
When government looked around, they said they wanted an independent eye, and they picked on IPA to evaluate this vehicle. And so we do the evaluation in form of research. We go down deep to the villages, we talk to the local people, we talk to district mayors, and we actually come up with findings which inform government.
La CBF, créée depuis plus de 30 ans, a pu mettre en place des policy think tanks dans plusieurs pays africains qui ont contribué à vraiment accroître l'expertise nationale en matière d'analyse de politique économique et qui a contribué à former des cadres dans les différentes institutions économiques, tant pour nos pays africains que pour nos institutions sous-régionales.
The discussions didn't just stay in the conference rooms. The recommendations that emerged from these think tanks influenced policy, strengthened democratic governance, and contributed to Africa's long-term development. From promoting transparency to addressing sustainable growth, the summit has been pivotal in elevating the voices of African think tanks both regionally and globally.
We have also benefited from the benchmarking that's provided through this summit and the various breakaway sessions where you discuss particularly on one issue which is topical to most think tanks, that is the sustainability, financial and operational sustainability of think tanks. And we have participated in that and benefited from information, knowledge, experiences from other think tanks that has helped us to survive to where we are as an institution.
What started as a gathering has now become a movement, one that fosters collaboration between government, civil society, and the private sector. The Africa Think Tank Summit has not only built consensus on key issues, but has also strengthened the capacity of Africa's research and policy communities.
African Think Tank Summit is really a good channel for building our voices in Africa, as well as contributing to the development of the region.
Alors ce 10e sommet est l'occasion de célébrer cette 10e réalisation et cette résilience du sommet des think tanks.
As we look to the future, the 2024 edition of the Africa Think Tank Summit in Abidjan will tackle one of the continent's most urgent challenges: climate finance. Under the theme Evidence-Based Strategies for Sustainable Climate Financing in Africa, the summit will explore how we can mobilize resources to combat climate change while driving sustainable and equitable growth through the development of robust carbon market and climate financing mechanisms.
What is left indeed is for you to put the opportunities and the space to give us something really transformational thinking and action.
As we walk down memory lane, we honor the journey of the Africa Think Tank Summit, but more importantly, we look ahead to the innovations, collaborations, and policies that will continue to uplift Africa and its people.